This is your weekly update based on your sign. This is for signs Aries through Cancer, and I will be posting part 2 and 3 with the rest of the signs. You should watch your rising sign for a primary message and your sun sign if you want a secondary message. Aries. Okay, so first we're going to talk about the overall energy of the week, and then we're going to go into each day. So there's a lot of changes going on this week. Mars enters Taurus, Venus enters Cancer, and the Sun enters Gemini. So with Mars entering Taurus this week, this kind of continues your focus on creating more stability for yourself, your focus on your financial situation. You may have been thinking more about that as the Sun has been in Taurus, but with Mars entering Taurus, now it's like time to start taking action on things that will create more stability. And at the same time, Venus enters Cancer, which does put your focus on your family, your home environment. You might want to make your home environment as peaceful and beautiful as possible. And with the Sun entering Gemini, that means your mental activity will increase. You might have more ideas. You might be communicating and connecting with other people more. You might get a little bit busier. So if you combine this all together, you're really focused this week on creating stability for yourself, on your financial situation. And mentally, you could have new ideas coming to you about how you can create more stability, new ideas about how to make more money. Okay, now let's get into each day. Monday, the moon is in Gemini, which means it's a busier day for you. You might be getting a lot of messages, having a lot of conversations, and just running around doing errands and things like that. Just getting things done. Busy day at work if you're working. Tuesday and Wednesday, the moon is in Cancer. So those are great days for slowing down a little bit, spending time at home, spending time with family, checking in with your emotions, and seeing how you're actually feeling about things. Thursday and Friday, the energy shifts to more fun, more creative activities because the moon will be in Leo. So for you, that means you might want to focus on your hobbies, do something fun, spend time with your children if you have children, or spend time with your if you're in a romantic relationship. Thursday and Friday are great days for a date. And then Saturday and Sunday, the moon will be in Virgo. So Saturday and Sunday over the weekend, it can be a good time for you to focus on health and wellness, get organized. It can be a productive weekend, but also a weekend that allows you to ground yourself, maybe spend some time in nature, do whatever you do to feel grounded. If you want a deeper look into what's coming up for you specifically, check out the link in my bio for a prediction reading. Taurus. So let's talk about the overall energy of the week first, and then I'll get into what's going on each day. We have a bunch of changes this week. We have Mars entering Taurus, Venus entering Cancer, and the Sun entering Gemini. With Mars entering Taurus, this is kind of extending that energy from Taurus season where you are motivated to take action on things that are personal to you. You've been doing a lot of work on your confidence during Taurus season. So with Mars entering Taurus, it's kind of like your time to take action. You might feel like maybe a little bit more impulsive or assertive this week. With Venus entering Cancer, for you, that means communication is a big focus, especially in your relationships and your romantic relationships especially. You might have this week important conversations with your partner, or the way that you communicate can come off very empathetic and sensitive. So it is a good time to kind of express how you're feeling. And then with the Sun entering Gemini, you're thinking about creating more stability for yourself. The things that you might want to take action on with Mars and Taurus could be related to creating more stability, or it could be related to your financial situation. If you combine all that energy, this week is really about taking yourself more seriously, and going after what you truly want and what you know is going to create more stability for yourself. Now let's get into each day. Monday, the moon is in Gemini, which for you can mean conversations about your financial situation. You might even make a financial decision on Monday. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, the moon is in Cancer. Tuesday and Wednesday are great days for you to have conversations where it's maybe something more emotional that you want to talk about, or you want to convey your feelings to someone. And also Tuesday and Wednesday, you might find yourself thinking about the past a little bit. Thursday and Friday, the moon is in Leo, which for you puts your focus on your family, your home environment. On those days, you might want to spend some time at home, recharging, or make plans with your family or the people that you're, emotionally closest to. And then Saturday and Sunday, the moon is in Virgo, which for you means it's a fun weekend. You might want to focus on your hobbies, do something that brings out your creative side. If you have children, a great weekend to spend doing something fun with them. And if you're in a romantic relationship, the weekend can be, particularly romantic for you. It can be a good time to spend with your partner as well. If you want to know more about what's coming up for you specifically, check out the link in my bio for a prediction reading. Gemini. So we're first going to talk about the overall energy of the week because we have several planets changing signs, and then I'll get into each day. So this week, the Sun is entering Gemini. So this is finally allowing you to kind of step out of this reflective period that you've been in during Taurus season, although at the same time, Mars is also entering Taurus. So your connection to your inner world and your intuition is still going to be strong, but it's like you're coming back to life a little bit with the sun entering Gemini. And Venus enters Cancer as well. With Venus entering Cancer, this week is also about you reconnecting with what makes you feel grounded and secure. Your relationships, you could start having more conversations around what you're building together or around your financial situation. This can apply to your romantic relationships and also like people that you collaborate with and work with one-on-one. So there is, still some lingering things that you're processing and you're getting closure on, but with the sun entering Gemini, it's giving you that boost of energy that you need this week. Now let's get into each day. So Monday, the moon is in your sign. The moon is in Gemini. So Monday, you're very in tune with how you're feeling. You might be a little bit like more reactive emotionally, a little bit more sensitive, but it is a good day to speak out on something that you've been holding in, something that you've been maybe processing these past couple of weeks. Tuesday and Wednesday, the moon will be in Cancer. So those are the days where you might be focused more on your work, on your financial situation. Those are also good days to do something that makes you feel grounded. Do a meditation, go on a walk in nature, whatever you do to feel connected and grounded. Thursday and Friday, the moon will be in Leo. So those are social days for you. That's a great time for you to make plans with friends. You might be a little bit busier. And then Saturday and Sunday, the moon will be in Virgo. So over the weekend, for you, it's a good time to slow down a little bit, spend time at home, spend time with family, organize your home environment, do something that makes you feel at peace, and check in with your emotions. If you want to know more about what's coming up for you specifically, check out the link in my bio for a prediction reading. Cancer. So first we're going to go over like the overall energy of the week. We have a lot of changes going on this week, and then I'll get into each day. So this week we have Mars entering Taurus, Venus entering Cancer, your sign, and the sun entering Gemini, which is an interesting combination of energy. So with Mars entering Taurus, it's kind of continuing this energy of Taurus season where you're thinking about your community, your connections, your future, and you might want to start taking action on things for your community this week. Like for me, I'm a Cancer rising and I'm thinking about taking action on creating an astrology course for my astrology community. And then with Venus entering Cancer, this is giving you a boost in confidence. This means that physically you're feeling like you're noticing your own beauty more. Other people are noticing your own beauty. This can be a week where there's more romance in your life. It could be a time where you want to maybe go out on dates and meet new people if you're single. It's kind of like you're coming back to yourself. And at the same time, the sun is entering Gemini, which does mean that you're kind of processing and healing and going through a little bit of maybe some subconscious things are coming up that you're addressing. But the good news is, since Venus is in your sign, it's not like you're completely lost in your own world. You still have Venus in your first house as a Cancer rising. So, this healing and processing that you're doing is allowing you to be more confident and more visible in your community and in life in general. Okay, so now let's get into each day. So Monday, the moon is in Gemini. With the moon in Gemini on Monday, that's a quieter day for you. You could feel a little bit more sensitive. That's a day where you are thinking a lot about maybe the subconscious patterns are coming up. A good day to take it slower. Then Tuesday and Wednesday, the moon is in Cancer. So Tuesday and Wednesday, you're very in touch with yourself, with your emotions, with how you're feeling. And it can be a great time to, share your thoughts on something, to focus on you and self-care and things like that. Then Thursday and Friday, the moon is in Leo. So for you on those days, you're thinking about, your financial situation, your sense of security. It can be times where like Thursday and Friday might be good days to be productive at work. And then Saturday and Sunday with the moon in Virgo, those are busier days. You might have a lot planned over the weekend. You might have a lot of messages coming through, conversations going on, errands to do. It's a good weekend to kind of go around your neighborhood, connect with the people around you, and you could just have a bit of a busier weekend. If you do want to know more about what's coming up for you specifically, check out the link in my bio for a prediction reading.